Welcome along everybody to a venue that was built for speed. Once an airfield, now one of the finest racetracks in the world. It's qualifying day here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix.
Hello everybody, I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to some more Formula 1 24 My Team career, where you join me for qualifying for the British Grand Prix. And as you can see, it is raining down here at the Silverstone circuit really heavily, and well, the car handles sheepishly at the best of times, and when it's pouring down and we're on the intermediate tyres, it definitely was quite squirrely. Especially the kind of rear of the car definitely kept stepping out, so I had to really keep it under wraps as best as I could to kind of keep it pointing where I wanted to go. As you can see through the corners, I'm just trying to put any power down and the back is just stepping out, but I did still try my best to keep it on, to keep going as quickly as I could. And well, we are in P16, a little bit wide over there. I kind of went in a bit too quickly. I should have really left out and like, turned in a little bit later. I think that would have been better through that corner. But still, at P17, let's see what we can do during the final sector. You know, we were fine through the first two, 1.4 seconds down on pole currently. What can we do during the last sector? We have basically 3 more corners to go. Can we do good? Can we stay in P14 currently, or are we going to drop down? 2 corners left to go. Good deceleration over there. Good kind of line over there. Pretty fine. Going through final corner. Oh, a little bit of a losing grip over there from the back. Nearly spun out, but we managed to keep it on a P17. So we did drop down a couple places out of the final corner, but still, you know, P17 for us, very good. Norris on pole, George second, and Leclerc third. Let's see what we can do during the race.
Welcome everyone as you join us at a former Second World War aircraft base, now converted into one of the great motor racing tracks. Britain is one of only 2 countries to have held a Grand Prix in every year of the Formula 1 World Championship, and long may that continue. This is Silverstone, and this is the British Grand Prix. With good opportunities to overtake at the end of the Wellington and Hangar Straights, there's a lot of potential for close action around the 3.6 miles of Silverstone circuit. With 18 corners and average lap speeds of around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the longest and quickest circuits on the calendar. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Stroll, Ocon, Albon, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Red, Bottas, Joe, Vesti, Sargent, and Pastor Maldonado. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Well, here we are lined up in P17 for this British Grand Prix. Now, it was really raining during qualifying, but during the race it is absolutely sunny, and we are starting on the softs. Fairly okay start by me, trying to stay down the inside. A little bit of a touch with Logan Sargent over there. Luckily no damage for either of us. Just a warning from the FIA. Trying to sneak down the inside. A little bit of contact with the front wing against Ocon's, I guess, the backside of his car. Now, not really sure what's going on with the kind of like game over here, but the exhaust kind of fumes from the exhaust, I guess, from the car are showing up weirdly. I think it's just in the replay, or is it during the race as well? Let's keep an eye out. It's just during the replay, so kind of weird. Hopefully it's going to just fix itself when I reset the game, or when I launch the game again for, you know, recording the next races. But I did record 2 races at once, so it is an issue in the second or in the next video as well. But here we are on lap 1, and we did actually move up a couple places, a fair good couple places, up to P12, and over there as we can see, fighting with Albon for P12 currently, and just behind Gasly on lap 2. Still keeping in pace with the guys ahead. We've got a yellow flag in front of us now. Who or what has happened in front of us, and are we going to move up a place, or is that person going to recover? As Lando Norris is out of the session, Norris even, and wasn't he on pole? From pole to a DNF, really unlucky from Norris over there. As now we try and cover Albon, kind of got on his way over there, but I think there was still enough space around for him to overtake, so it wasn't really blocking over there. Now trying to stay over here side by side right up until the end of the lap, still giving him space. Now try and push him out wide, go on throttle. Can we stay ahead? Yes we can, but with all of that kind of stuff going on over there, a little bit of a poor lap by me, we did actually lose crucial seconds to the cars ahead, which means that I am out of DRS and pretty much not going to get it, as we aren't going to close up a 2-second gap to an Alpine. We aren't really at that kind of level yet, but a fairly okay lap this time around. 2 green sectors, of course, a little bit of fuel going away, so we are a little bit lighter, but these softs are really going off quite quickly as well. As we can see over there, the rear steps out, Albon goes down the inside. Now we are trying to defend from Ocon behind, as we don't want to lose 2 positions. We try to keep around the outside of Albon, get the inside line, now the outside once again, but Albon has to go out and kind of basically stop behind us. Now that means we are still in P11, but as we can see, during that sector, during that 1 sector of the lap, we have lost another second to Gasly ahead, if not even about 1.2 seconds. So not really doing good for us this fight, as towards the end of lap 4, another second lost to Gasly. So we might be keeping position, but we are losing massive time to the cars ahead. And I was staying down the inside, keeping the inside line from Albon over there, but he just has enough grip, as my tyres is falling off slowly but surely. Now we've had this problem ever since the first race. The car just uses up the tyres really quickly in most situations, and as we can see on lap 6 we're in 2 seconds behind Albon and 8 seconds behind Gasly. Now Ocon over here, now trying down the outside, and can we keep it in? No we can't. I didn't want to go on throttle too quickly, because the rears, as you can see, especially the left side, the whole left side of the car, the tyres are just absolutely going off. Of course, you know, through Beckett's the corner before, really forget the name of it, and then this corner coming up, all, you know, putting pressure on the left side of the car. We've got really quite a couple kind of massive right-hander corners, which of course put pressure on those lefts. And on lap 7 we go in to box for a new set of tyres, because these, well, I could have maybe stayed out for another lap or 2, but I would have just lost even more time and had a chance of, you know, rolling, not even rolling, but spinning. There we go, another form of kind of exercise, but yes, very different in terms of Formula 1. If you rolled in a Formula 1 car, it's definitely a lot worse than if you span. But yes, of course I have done it loads of times before in this season already as well in Canada. Used tyres, I spin out because I can't control the car, so I thought might probably be safer just to go in now, get on these hard tyres, warm them up, and hopefully close in on the cars ahead. Of course, this track, one of a couple, as we spin out over there, that definitely lost us about a second and a half over there. Not really what you want when you're chasing down cars to overtake, to undercut around Silverstone. But as I was saying, of course, Silverstone one of a couple tracks which have a 60km/h speed limit, so of course staying in the pits takes longer than if it was, you know, a speed limit of 80km/h. So if you do have better tyres than the cars ahead, as we nearly spin out in the same place once again. Just a really weird, taking a really weird line through there for some reason. But of course, if you have way better tyres than the cars ahead, and they are going 60 kilometers an hour, whilst you're travelling about 260 on average, maybe closer to 220 throughout the final sector of this lap, you're definitely gaining a lot more on them than if they were going 80. So we actually do manage to get up to P17 currently. Still a couple of drivers left out to pit, but as we can see, going out just behind Guan Yu Zhou, and I'm just trying to see if I can somehow get past him whilst he is still warming up his tyres. But of course, that's easier said than done, especially since I'm pretty sure ever since before this race, Kick Sauber actually moved up about 2 places, so now they are not the 10th best team, but the 8th best team. So yes, our team, me as a team, did bring in a couple upgrades. I think it was actually just one major upgrade, which moved us a little bit closer to the cars in front of us as we lose position to Magnussen. But can we get it back down over here? I kind of thought, well, maybe not, because not really enough space, not really enough grip on these tyres for me. So let's just wait past Magnussen, Beckett down the straight, get DRS and try and overtake Magnussen that way. As you can see, ahead already, Guan Yu Zhou has overtaken a couple cars over there, or maybe under the pits. But as you can see, Tsunoda 2 seconds ahead already, so not really doing too good on these hard tyres. Now, these hard tyres actually felt really good, but they don't really have pace. They felt good, they had grip, but they didn't have pace. So I felt good on them, but I wasn't fast on them. But at least felt good on them. That kind of makes it better, I guess, as a kind of shadow move. Me on Magnussen and Hulkenberg on our teammate Maldonado, kind of like a deja vu moment going through from that camera angle. But we do manage to stay ahead of Magnussen as Hulkenberg gets past our teammate, and on the final lap of this race we actually do have enough fuel this time around, so we don't have to pit in to get overlapped, even though lapped even, as even in this case I don't think that would have helped, because we are quite far ahead of the cars kind of leading the race, so that wouldn't really work. We go out wide over there, get a 3-second time penalty, which isn't really ideal, but we are in P17, so that really wouldn't have changed anything. But just losing grip, it took a little bit of a wider line going through that corner, and I guess they don't really lift enough to kind of stay within the track limits over there, so we do get that time penalty. But as I said, not really gonna change that much. We are still going to finish outside of the points. But for a final lap over here, 2 green sectors actually doing quite well, and actually the car felt way better this race than it did the race before. So maybe the upgrades are working, and hopefully they continue to work, and we continue to get more upgrades and improve as we do finish P20 with that penalty. But as I said, we go out from not scoring points to not scoring points. Not really much of a change, as Frederick Vesti, our old teammate, gets driver of the day.
We've seen a brilliant display of the Russell hustle. It's George Russell who wins.
A great team victory today, Crofty. That's the important bit here. On home soil, the drivers delivered, the team delivered as well, and to do that in front of their home support really means a lot to them.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
So there we go, George Russell wins from Leclerc and Piastri in 3rd place, with George Russell also taking the fastest lap of the race. Now, an okay race for us. As I said, we had we had grip on the tyres but no pace, but the car did feel a lot more planted than in the races before, so hopefully we can kind of keep that trend coming, get more upgrades in for the next races to come, and hopefully just keep improving, and hopefully by the end of this season at least get closer to scoring points more regularly, and then maybe next season actually finally start being in the points every single race, and podiums, wins, and maybe a championship before the next game comes out. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.